Good evening, everybody. Happy Tuesday evening. Welcome in. Good evening, everybody. Hey, advancers, how you doing this evening? It's good to see everybody on today. Excited to be on with you. Yeah. We're going to have a good evening tonight. Looking at Nikai. And I see you all on. I'm just looking at the chat. Mika is on. Dr. Ann is on. Joy is on. Good evening, Judy, Corey, Michelle, Mia, Brian. Good evening. Good to see everybody. Yeah, let's jump right into it. I think I put the disclaimer up earlier. We're going to talk about some risk. Take these trades at your own risk. This is not financial advice. Do your own research. Take the trades at your own risk. Read through this disclaimer. We posted it earlier. I want to make sure everybody is trading safely. Awesome. Come in. Yeah. We got a big night tonight with Nikai. Got some decisions to make in the building. We're going to jump into this analysis, but good evening, everybody. Good evening. Terrace has joined us. Kamika's joined us. Paula's on. Well, I said Kamika earlier. You were at the top. Cool hat. Yeah. It's actually Ryan Lestrange's hat. It says Warrior. Yeah. Well, cool. Mia's on. Let's go ahead and get going. Let's look at Nikai. Let's look at some Nikai. Because I don't want to miss this 8 o'clock candle as it is coming down. All right. So we're going to go ahead and open up in prayer. Father, we thank you for the wisdom that you have given us so that we're able to prosper. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for your knowledge. Thank you for your guidance. We want to acknowledge you tonight. Your word says, according to the word of the Lord, acknowledge you in all your ways and you will direct our path. And so we're expecting you to direct us tonight, direct the community in the right choices, that we have a right mind to make right decisions tonight. And Father, meet every need that's in the room, in this virtual room tonight. Let your spirit lead us and guide us. Let us move with a spirit of excellence tonight. Guide our thought decisions. Speak through us, in us, and we'll forever give you the praise, honor, and glory. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, so we're looking at Nikai. We're going to be looking at sales. Are you looking at sales? Are we doing? And so we got a lot with this that just opened up. And you know what evening markets is? We grow together. So it's not just about making profits, but it's about development in these type of environments where iron sharpens iron. So if you have questions tonight, speak to me. Let me know what questions you have, and I'll do my best to answer those. But this is an opportunity for like group coaching. We got to bring that back in a big way. Group coaching where we all just get together and learn and grow together, that there is no hidden knowledge. All right, so I'm interested in some sales down, and then I'll tell you why. If we go down to the 1 minute, we're going to go through the analysis, but we're already dipping down. We're going to go through a few analysis to see why this sale makes sense. But for right now, I'm going to enter into one contract on the sale down. And this is not a signal group. This is not a signal opportunity. That's not what we're doing in these evening markets. But let's explain why we're doing what we're doing, all right, in this sale and what we're looking at. Okay, get your questions ready. This is group coaching. We're going to be talking through a lot of different things tonight. And I'm just going to go ahead and put this in, and then I'll explain why, just because I don't want to miss this move. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to put a stop loss right up here at the top. All right, and we'll let this play out. All right, so let me show you what's going on here. Let's go to the month chart. or actually I'm at, well, it's fine. It's fine. If this one closes out, that's fine. All right, so let's look at this. Let me enlarge my screen so that everybody can see what's going on. And then we can look at the analysis. We're very bullish today, so why did I put in a sell right there? All right, and I will tell you why. All right, so this is the month chart. Month chart, we look at the let's look at the last 3 candles. Okay, so we've had this bullish run for years. You know, this is 2022. You know, we're not in 2022, we're in 2024. But once we start getting into 24, what we see is that this bullish run began to take a dive. So April opened up very bearish. We had an indecision candle for May, and now June is retesting the May candle, the May high. All right, so we fell off in April, retested the May candle, and then June is retesting that currently, that May candle high. All right, so if we break the May candle high, are we going to climb on top of that and use it as support? All right, we do have a lot of exhaustion to the bottom. We tried to sell off. We're coming right back. We haven't eaten into all of this April candle, but now we're starting to get bullish. All right, so that's one of the things that we're paying attention to, is that we're retesting May candle. All right, will we get any exhaustion tonight on this candle run? All right, good evening, Greg. Good to see you, Isaiah. All right, so that's where we're at on the month chart. Let's jump down to the week. We're going to do a top-down analysis really quick. All right, so when we jump down to the week, what we can see is that April candle. We know that's the April candle. We know that this was the May candle, and we know that we're retesting that May candle right now, right? So that May high, we're retesting that currently, looking very bullish. All right, so we jump to the day. And that's where we start getting some confirmation that we're in somewhat of a range here. That we have, let me pull out my trusty rectangle tool. All right, so April candle over here, May candle opens up somewhere in here, and we hit those May highs. So we're at the highs right now. Okay, that's currently where we're at in price action, at the May highs. All right, we're going to pull this up so that we're getting pretty tight here. Oops, don't want to pull that down. I want to pull that just above this. All right, so that's the highs that we're at right now, where we've been. April opened up. We hit that in April. We hit that in May. We're hitting this multiple times in June. Now we're retesting it. Will we break above? Right now, it looks like we are. We got a lot of momentum to the upside. We're retesting the May candle. It looks like we're going to hit up against it. Now, I don't know if you caught this, but when we opened up this month, you see the how high we are in the TDI. All right, when we opened up the week, even though we sold off in April, that we're starting to come back up and create some divergence there. All right, and then when we jump down to the day candle, you can see that the day has created divergence, and it's also headed to shark fin on the day. All right, so that's currently where we're at in structure. We know that we're at the top of the range, and we can kind of see this on the day as well, that we're hitting bottom of range is really here. But if we draw just where candles close on the day, it's right in this range right here. All right, and so that gives us a trading range. If we break up above this area, then this old resistance in May could serve now as support. Now that we're ending June, going into July, how is this June candle going to end? Will it end in resistance here, or are we going to climb on top of this and use that as support? So that's where we're at in structure right now. TDI is high on the month. TDI is divergent on the week. TDI is high and divergent on the day, right? So that's giving us top of range motion that we could potentially catch this from top of range to the bottom of the range. All right, so hopefully everybody is following me how I'm reading this chart right now is top of range to bottom of range. All right. So what we're looking for tonight is, are we going to get exhaustion on this day candle, or are we going to keep pushing up? All right. And so when we jump down to, let's jump down to the 8 hour, what we can see is bullish movement. We're starting to break to the upside, which doesn't look very good. Right now, what I'm looking at is, and I may close out this trade where it's at and just start over. I can get a better price. And I think I'm going to do that for 175. And I'll show you why, because it's 175. I think we're going, if this is going to exhaust, I want to catch this at the highest price possible. And I'll show you why. All right, so we're at top of range. This current candle is pushing up. 7 o'clock pushed up. 8 o'clock candle opened up. It's pushing up. And it looks very bullish right now, right? And so we actually marked this out on a previous Thursday run. I think it was last Thursday, where we took the buys up to the top side, but then this was always our target here. If you go back and look at the last Thursday, it was like, we know that it's going to go to the top of the range, and that's currently where we're at right now. 8 hour TDI is very high, so you can see how that's pressing up. Jump down to the 4 hour, just doing our top down analysis that we got structure here. Higher highs, higher lows that are being created, and we're pushing into that high. So we need to see exhaustion. We need to see proof that this area is exhaustive. Right now, where we're at, we're breaking the highs, right? So right now we're breaking this high, we're breaking this high, we're higher than this high, right? So it's telling us that this resistance could turn into support, but we are also getting some pretty high shark fins in there. Now the bands have opened up. We will note that the bands have opened up, which means that it can range on the lower time frames. All right. We're not trading the 4 hour, so let's go down to the hour. All right. And so when we get down to the hour, even though the day is producing divergence, the month is, the week is, we know it's going to take some time for that to play out. So when we jump down to the hour, what we can see is the bands open up and that we're ranging below the bands. What does that tell us in terms of price action? All right, let me cut this down just a little bit. All right, so what does that tell us in terms of price action? When we're below the bands, that is a trending market, we're usually going to trend up, right? Or that usually is going to trend. When we start getting above the 50, band starts to close in above the 50, that's a range that usually tells us that we're in an uptrend. And we can see the uptrend here where we have previous levels of support that turned into resistance. So this is resistance right here, turned into support. Resistance turned into support. And then our final resistance turned into support. All right, so we have the ladder that it's climbing right now. It's climbing the ladder right here. I want to get rid of this because that's not what we're trading right now. All right, and so now we're breaking above the previous high. So it looks bullish. We're climbing on top of it. Very bullish market right now. Go down to the 15-minute. We can see that we're below the bands, that this consolidation or accumulation here resulted in TDI getting low, and now we have distribution right here. All right, and this is kind of our test that we're at right now, where let me go back to the hour. So 7 o'clock turned bullish. Now 8 o'clock's opened up. It retested the 7 o'clock candle. Now that's turning bullish. All right. So we kind of got, even though we were thinking sales, I'm still thinking sales here. Kind of get on the lower time frames as if we're going to come down a little lower. And so even though we were thinking sales, it's still thinking sales. This accumulation right here, this distribution that happened here is just preventing or is just making us push higher. It's giving us room in the TDI to push higher. All right, so we are pushing higher. we're waiting for where the exhaustion is going to take place at. And this is June highs. So June highs has broke the May high candle. And so now let's see what we're doing. And we just want to take these on this, since we know what kind of trend we're in, we kind of just want to take our patience with this sale because we do think it's going to sell right now. But this 8 o'clock candle is opening up very bullish. And I think we have some room to play here. So we don't want to get in on this early. On this. Okay. So that's the evaluation right now. We are bullish. We've broken through the May highs. We came down, retested. Next candle's opening up bullish. All right. So we kind of want to get into buys, don't we? Kind of want to be in on these buys. Where is it going? Let's take a look at that. Yeah. And whenever there's a break, we want the retest. So you can take the initial break, but we kind of want the retest now. Let's do it like this. Yeah, we're in the breakout of this consolidation currently. And let me see. We pull back there, we pull back here. So this is kind of, that's a fib there as well. But that's a retracement there. So we'll take it from here. So you can see on the higher time frame, the targets, how we pull back to 78.6. We're kind of rejecting on that 23.6. All right, so everybody see that? And we kind of get that, kind of know what that play is going to be. And we're choosing this location because we had the pull back here. We pushed up, we had a pull back here. We pushed up, we had a pull back here. So this is the next area that hasn't, that we're measuring. We're measuring up to here. And we pulled back, went a little higher, and then pulled back to 78.6. All right, so we're kind of rejecting off of 23.6 is what we've been rejecting off of. And I think that's important for where we're at in the structure, that we know that we're going to get 23.6 rejections. That pulls back down to 61.8 to 50. Now we're starting to break out of that 23.6. So the target possibly could be up to 41.4. All right. So just in the grand scheme of things, where possible target's going to be. And I'm going to mark these here. Put the horizontal line at structure there. And then possible structure here. And we're breaking out of this area. All right, so we're going to delete this. Don't want too much noise. And then we're going to jump back down to the 15. All right, so now we're at the 15. We've done our evaluation. We see where the TDI is. And this is a perfect retest right there. And with possible targets to the upside are pretty high. And we know that if it does exhaust, now we have to look for candles to open up and retest this area here. So we kind of want to get long here at this point. Kind of want to get long, just looking at where we're at, that we're climbing, making highs. Kind of want to get long here. All right, so I'm checking some questions. We don't have the shark fin at the 4 hour. No, we don't. When the bands stay on top. So shark fins is when Bollinger Band at the top is here and we break that Bollinger Band and we cross the 50, right? So that's what the shark fin should look like. What we currently have is the band is right here and is riding up, and price action is riding up with it. It's just below the band, right? And so it'll continue as the band rises up, and the band will do something like this. You'll notice that price action will ride with the bands up. Hit it, come down, hit it again, come down, and ride beneath the band. You can't see it on the 4 hour. When you start getting lower, you start to see that it's riding below the band. So that's indication that it's pushing higher. Why not? Since we going high, why not buy? Yeah, that's what we're looking at, buying. Good evening, Priscilla. I am getting 39,605 as the next level of resistance. Touch that level in March and April. Yeah, I'm getting 39,605. Yeah, that is the level of resistance. I'm looking at it from a higher standpoint, but when you look at this is a September chart. If you go back to the June chart, you'll start to see these levels of exhaustion right where you're talking about. You'll see a few different levels that will serve as that. The main thing I'm looking at is where the breakout came. So this was 23.6 on the fib. The breakout of that is now should serve now as support. So if you get drawdown now, we're not necessarily looking at that drawdown as a change of structure. This break is the break of structure. Now we're looking at this being retested and coming to the upside. All right, so you definitely could get in the buys here. I really don't like the buys. It doesn't really match my comfort level on these buys, just because that's just not my trading style. If I extend this up, I really don't like this, where we're going beneath the bands like this. And let's just watch this play out. I think this will be a good example. So bands are opened up on 1 minute. We're trading below it. Right now, we're up above. We're in that 80, 85. We got a red candle here. Next retracement should be right here. Just in structure. Create a new high, a new low, a higher low. Just create a new high. Then we should retest the higher low. But let's just look at this trading, how far this pullback is going to be on that. All right, so it should be pulling back now, but it's below the bands. And this is the reason why I don't like it, is that you see how the RSI bends up and it just follows this band here. That's the main reason why we don't like that. But just look at how bullish this is going to be when you're thinking about taking shorts here. I think we got a next candle opening up here. But good questions tonight. Good questions. We're examining where we're at in structure. What happened? What is going on? Let me refresh my screen. There we go. Oh, we just had a standstill. All right, we just opened back up. There we go. Ooh, that took forever. All right. So yeah, exactly. Stretch this so everybody can see it. So see this candle? Like if you were thinking about taking shorts, this opened up above the band. This candle was supposed to be a short. And look at what the TDI did. It followed that underneath and pushed higher. All right, so that's why you don't want to grab those shorts there. I'm gonna do one thing just because I want to look left. We're not going to get in the buys right now. We're going to let this exhaust. I think it's going to run up a little higher. Let's do this. I'm going to open up an older contract. These are really Tweezer tops and bottoms have to have the same size bodies or just the same wicks. The wicks have to end at the exact price. So the bodies really don't matter. The wicks is what matter. And they have to exhaust at the exact same price. We're going to look left. This is older. This is what they call, I don't think they call it a forever contract, but I like to pull these open for analysis because it doesn't erase the history. There isn't a month associated with it. If you hit this I over here, it'll tell you that's what it's called, a continuous future. So it keeps if in your charting, if you use a continuous future, it won't take the trade on this. It'll take the trade on the most current contract, but it will allow you to see, looking left, it'll allow you to see what the history was. When you pull over a September contract, you miss a lot of this history. So a lot of times when I'm doing charting, I'll use these continuous contracts to mark out levels. And as we can see, what we're heading up to are some key levels. We're right now testing this one. The next level is going to be up here at 40. We'll probably hit 40 tonight. Maybe hit 40. I don't think we'll hit 40 tonight, but 40 is a long ways away. But we'll get pretty close. My chart doesn't show September. How do I get the most recent chart? That's a good question. So, So I'm going to leave this forever contract up, and I'm actually going to bring this up just because we want to look left, and then I'm going to go back to the September contract. So I'm going to pull that up. So this is the continuous future contract. This is the September contract. So we're going to type in, if you go hit that plus button right here, make sure you're hovered over futures. Futures is highlighted. We're going to tap Nikkei. We're going to go to Nikkei futures, hit this arrow over here. That's going to scroll down. It's going to be September. You're going to click that one. That'll be the most current. If you go to a continuous contract, it'll tell you which is the most current. So you hover over this I, and you'll see that it says NKDU 2024 is the most current contract, and that's this contract, the September contract. All right, 39605, Dr. Lakeisha says she likes 39605. All right. So just looking left. I'm not taking sales. I'll tell you that. I'm not holding sales tonight because this wants to push up a lot higher. We have a major break of structure right here. This is where it's been rejecting for the last month, 2 months. We've been rejecting right here. That's where the major break is. And that's a change. We look at that as a change of structure. So whenever highs are broken that we have past exhaustion at, this is a breakout. So you don't want to take sales off of at this level. You want to be in the buys. When a breakout trade is happening, you always want to be in the buys, or you want to be in the direction of the breakout. So if it breaks to the downside, you want to be in that direction. If it breaks to the upside, you want to be in that direction. All right, so 39605, it is a area, just looking left, it's areas of exhaustion before, but you can see how we're just blowing through those areas. Like this gray line right here is where session opened up at. And you probably can't see that too good, but right here is where session opened. And so we're trading above the session open. All right, so just directionally, we're just pushing higher tonight. All right, so I would look for buying opportunities. If it pulls back, I would look for the buying opportunities. in that. Same thing with what NQ was doing today off of structure. Um, it was coming down, and then we started pressing into the highs. Let me just show you what this looks like, what NQ was looking like here earlier. So right around open, yeah, we were down here on open, and then we pushed down lower, and then we rallied the rest of the day. Like, you don't want, like, yeah, you can catch sales down, but at what point do you want to catch that? Do you want to catch this sale down? Yeah, it goes down, but then it just comes right back up. Right. And so, though, you want to be, when it starts to break out like that, you want to be on that upside move for the most part. Look at that, upside moves. Yeah, that's good. Got in longs. Oh, you didn't hold it. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Longs were what was the play. Longs are the play. And I just don't like jumping in. It's not part of my trading strategy to jump in. Even at this level, I wouldn't have jumped in. Sort of what US 30 did the other day is off of this buy right here. Like, there's nothing in my trading strategy that says take a buy right here. And it just went. And as soon as it broke this high and TDI got divergent, you can see the divergence right here. It pushed up. TDI is definitely divergent, but as soon as it breaks this structure right here with momentum, you don't want to take that sell. It just rides up. There's nothing that you won't have the confluence here. All the 50, all the MAs are trading below it, and it has momentum. VWAP is below it, and it has momentum, and it trades to the upside. All right, so there's really, you just watch that happen. And so right now, there's nothing here that says take the trade to the upside. I mean, you could take it right here off of this divergence right here. So you could have entered in off of this candle. But once it starts pressing up like that, you don't want to take the sell. Like, it's heading up to hit 40. It wants to test some of that stuff. This is the breakout. And remember, when you catch the 8 o'clock candle, and I'm going to take a look at it, but when you catch that 8 o'clock candle, usually those don't stop. When we look at it, that 8 o'clock candle opens up. That's really the reversal candle. So 7 o'clock may push down, or it may end. Once that 8 o'clock candle opens up on Nikkei, it usually runs. So unless you're in on that, you really don't want to take that. Let me go down to the minute. Look at these tweezers. On 1 minute. Let's take a look. Are you talking about these tweezers? Yeah, I don't, that's not enough exhaustion for me. If you're talking about these two, like, that's not enough exhaustion for me to take that one, especially with the amount of when you see tweezers, you kind of want that to be at a level of support, or at the or going with the trend. You don't want that to be counter trend in a bullish move. Like, it's not, tweezers are not a reversal pattern. I'll put it like that. That's probably a better way to say it, is that tweezer bottoms are not a reversal pattern. Inverted head and shoulders, double tops, double bottoms, shark fin divergence. Those are all reversal patterns. Tweezer tops are more, you want to catch that with the trend, or you want to catch it at a major support and resistance area. Like, if you believe price is going up and then it comes down, pushes down, creates a tweezer bottom and comes down again and create a tweezer bottom. You could take it to the upside in the direction of the trend. It's a good buy though. It's a good buy. Literally, this is pushing up. This is what I was actually trading this earlier with NASDAQ. That's where the way it looks like is that shark fins was up here, a lot of momentum. You just get into the buys. All right, so now 8 o'clock, we're at 8:36. The shorts are going to get squeezed here. So people are like, okay, we got some hammer patterns. We look left. We can get into some shorts. We're starting to get into some important levels looking left. Oh, I'm on the wrong chart. Can't look left on this chart. Look at that hour candle. That's a 1 hour candle. And it hasn't finished yet. All right. So now we're starting to see some exhaustion at this level. But we're going to squeeze the shorts, because just imagine how many people are getting short right now. All right, they don't trust the structure. They haven't examined the 8 o'clock candle. A lot of short sellers are getting in here right now. Right? And I think they're going to get squeezed. So their stop loss is right here, right now. I think this is let's just look at this. Like, well, I'm just going to get short. I'm going to put my stop loss up above this. I'm going to look, let me look left. Yeah, we cleared all this. All right, yeah. All right, so we're going to, we got the next peak right here. Let's pull up above, these peaks here. So let's call it 39. Let's just call it 40, because I think that's where price is headed. Yeah, 40 is right up around here. But I just want to show you what a short squeeze looks like, just so you're familiar with it. All right, so you got this hammer pattern that showed up. It showed exhaustion right there on the 3 minute. Like, this next candle's opening up red. Let's enter in right here. Sniper entry. Let's get into this. So we're in it, and let's take this to the downside. All right. A lot of confluence around that. All right. The one thing that's these short sellers aren't realizing is that we're trading below the band here. That this is not a true shark fin. We're trading below the band, and we've seen this play out over and over again in the market. And I think, a large part of being a good trader is knowing when not to trade. It's like you have no confluence to get in on the buy outside of just structure. It was clean structure on the hour and the 4 hour, but TDI is pretty high. It's exhausted. It's been running all day in that direction. And this gray has been resistance for the last couple months. And so you really wanted to see a clean break and a clean retest of structure before you got into that. And so, if that didn't occur, then why would you take it? All right. And so, a good trader, if you're going to have longevity, is you want to make sure that you know when to take a trade and when not to. And a good trade is the trade that you don't take that could go against you. And so that's what we're looking at here, is that a lot of people are going to take this short. This is called a short squeeze, where the shorts are entered in, the stop loss is pulled up above. And I just want to watch this one because it gives you an exhaustion signal. He's like, okay, now is the time to take shorts. And look, and this is called a short squeeze. Just watch what happens. So the shorts are in. It looks like it's coming down. And just watch what this candle does to it. And that's what a short squeeze looks like. Like they're going to squeeze. They faked out those sellers, got all the sellers in that trap, and you can see that bullish momentum. And now it's running to stop out those sellers. And there it is. They're all stopped out. Right. That's what a short squeeze look like. This is a fake exhaustion candle. The next candle opens up, really doesn't come and retrace at all. And then it just pauses. Next candle opens up, and now we're going to push to the highs and squeeze those sellers out of the market. It's going to continue to push up. The previous 1 hour candle, is it a name for that kind? It was so much wick. All right, here comes another squeeze. All right, next candle opens up. You got exhaustion right here. Just want you to get familiar with this. You got exhaustion right here. We should have sold off right here, but we pushed higher. And now this one opened up red. It's a short pause. Sellers are getting back in. I was like, okay, I'm going to take it right here. Pull up above this one. And take it back down. All right. But this TDI hasn't really moved. It's still trading below the band. And we're going to see this push higher. It's just another short squeeze. All right, so we're going to come back to the 3 minutes, see what it does. I'm going to look at the hour just to show you what the hour looks like. And then, this hammer candle, or you call it a doji candle, that opened up with this long wick right here. And then that wick is on the side of what's been going on. The structure that we just outlined was there. The low, the high, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. All right, so that's what we're coming off of. We got support from the MAs down below. We're on this very bullish trend that is happening right now. So you have a lot of stuff working with the bulls right now. And really the main thing, the reason why I didn't take it is because I was more interested in sales if we rejected off of this level. The reason why I closed out the sale is off of this level. When we look left, this is where we rejected off of previously. But as soon as we break that, your mind has to instantly change. It's like when you break structure, your mind goes to the buys in lieu of the other way around. All right. We got the sellers again. We squeeze the sellers this again. A lot of sellers entered in here. We'll look at the candlestick. So the sellers got squeezed here. They saw the exhaustion. They thought that it was going down. Price pushed up and tapped out those sellers. Now we're paused right here. We have some exhaustion, and people are trying to get short, and we're going to tap out. Yeah, there we go. We're going to tap out those sellers. So we stopped out those sellers as well. Right? Those are short squeezes that you got to recognize. When structure is broke, you don't want to trade against that. And even though you have the TDI confluence, structure is going to override that. Right? When you see it's bullish, go with the bulls. And we're going to push up higher, and we may tap. By the time this is done, we'll be up at 40,000. Just squeezing out all those sellers that are thinking about selling this market. So no trade for tonight, but I think this was a good something to look at. I saw it. What's today? Tuesday? No, we saw this Monday. We saw this Monday with US 30. Yeah, we saw this Monday. here. Yep. We saw it right here. Monday, 8:30. Right here. Price got up here. And TDI was high. TDI was right here. Price was up here. Broke the structure. That was the main thing, is that it had a break of structure. Remove drawings. Yeah, the main thing was the break of structure right here. As soon as that structure broke, you knew that chart, that divergence wasn't going to be good. It's just going to push up. So that's what you're looking at. Is you're like, okay, I'm just going to catch this when it falls. Well, when is it going to fall? Like, that is, you got the break of structure right here. So when is it going to fall? No, that's going to keep riding. Took the buy and got out 700 in profit. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Like, you know, that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's going to keep rising. Find yourself in the direction of price. You know, if price is going that direction, get on the side of price. Like, don't try to get in front of this train and catch the sales down. It's like, that's the easy button. We would love to do that because there's so many nights where we could do that. You know, like the sale right here. As soon as it breaks structure, you know that, okay, it's gone. But we would love to take the sale and just go to sleep. All right. And so part of this is making sure that you know how to enter and exit these sales. The one on night markets, we only took one loss so far. And the one loss that we took was something similar. This one, this right here. We came in right here. I don't know if everybody remembers that. This is the 2 hour candle, or excuse me, 2 hour. The 8 o'clock candle is right here. That's the only loss that we took in night markets, is right here. And we were looking at structure, but I wasn't, when this happened, I was looking at price was right here when it opened up, and price pushed up, and I was looking at potentially, let me do it like this, because this is oh, we're going to be so good. You know, just think about if we just continue to do this over and over again. All right, we were right here. All right, so price was right here. Price came down. We were looking at this break of structure. Like, we're going to reject right here. And when we measured this on the fib, it was like, okay, it's at a fib level. It's at 38.2. So we're going to come up to 38.2 and put our stop right at 38, right above 38.2. We'll pull it above this liquidity. But here's the thing, is that when price breaks structure, you want to instantly, you have to be able to change your mind. And so I hit the play button, and price breaks structure right there. And then it just continues to go up from there. All right. So on this one, it went up to 61.8, but it broke structure, told you where it wanted to go, and it just ran and got stop loss. So everybody that was selling right here at the structure got squeezed. Price pushed up, hit all those stop losses. When all the stop losses were taken care of, those that want to take stops right here, those that want to take stops up here, when all of those were stopped, then it came down and came down to liquidity right here. All right. So if we look at that, where price is currently at, get rid of that, reset. It's the same thing here. It's like that took it right here. Price is going to run up, and I would wait till, I would go to bed tonight, but I would wait. If you're looking for exhaustion, I would wait to see what that 9 o'clock candle, how that exhausts, how the 8 o'clock candle is going to close, how the 9 o'clock is going to exhaust, and possibly the 10 o'clock. All right. Ask how I know. Well, let's look at that. It happened before. This was the 8 o'clock candle. This is the 9 o'clock. That 10 o'clock continued to run up. Exhausted. That next candle opened up, and then that began to sell off at 11 o'clock. Began to sell off and came back down to liquidity. All right. And so they ended the night at liquidity. Same thing here. We're going to push up. See how that next candle opens up. We're going to continue to squeeze out the shorts. And then at some point, we'll come back down and retest liquidity. Old resistance that we broke through will now become support. But we got to squeeze out these shorts first. All right. How do you reverse that fib to start the 0 at the top? You just click it at the top. So if I pull it from the top and down, that's a downtrend. The 0's at the top, or excuse me, that's 0's at the bottom. And then the reverse of that, if I'm in an uptrend and I grab it from the bottom and pull it to the top, now the 0's at the top. All right, good questions. All right, so I hope that was a lot tonight. We just watched, we really just studied price action. That's what we call charting time. It's like just studying price action. It's not just coming and we're going to trade and make profit. It's like, no, sometimes the best profit you make is the profit that you don't lose. You keep some profit and just study price action. Study price action as it goes. Do like the 15-minute. Now, the 15-minute has broken above the band, and we're starting to get the shark fin. So let's just watch this really quick. We're coming up to the next hour candle opening up in 6 minutes. And so just looking down, this is the way that you want your shark fins to look. You want it to break above the band here. And this may be the next candle that opens up, may be a bearish candle for the hour. 15 minutes still is coming up, right? But we know that the 15-minute is divergent. 5-minute is broken the band. So now we're starting to cup down. Yeah, but it's still not ready. Can you set up a trade to where you set the buy when it hits 40,000 and take a buy at the price, for instance? Yeah, you could take a buy at 40,000. I would probably take a sell at 40,000, but either way, they're called limit orders. And so when price gets up here, you can set a limit order. You can sell as a limit, or you could really just it's a limit order. So you could do a buy limit or you could do a sell limit, and you just enter in the price that you want to take that at. If it's at 40,000, I want to sell at 40,000. Yeah. So when price gets up here, you can sell it, or it could be a buy at that level at 40,000. Oop, I entered into a buy. I must have been in market price. Supposed to do that at the limit as a limit order. Trade, create order, buy. I don't know why I did that. 40,000. Oh, okay. Well, for some reason, it didn't do that there. But at least I hit buy and not sell, because this market is buying up. So buys are okay. If you go in the direction of the buy, I don't mind putting in an order in the direction of the buy, because this market is buying. And look how high the bands have risen on the 1 minute chart. That's crazy. Like usually it'll range above the 50, but this one is ranging above the 75. Like that's how bullish this market is. It starts ranging above the 75. Crazy. All right, we're getting close to. It did that to me every time. Yeah, you know, you want to you should be able to. I think it's more so a buy limit that has to be put up there at 40,000. But if price is if that's above the price, I think that's why it's doing that, because that limit order as a buy, it's saying it's a if then statement. So it's saying if price is above or at or below 40,000, enter a buy. That's what it's really saying. If price is above or at this amount, enter the buy. Sale limit is if then statement that says it opposite. If price is at or below, enter a sale. All right. Yeah, but I don't mind getting into the buy here. I'm going to put a limit just to close me out at break even. That was an accident. So sell stop 2. All right. Any other questions for tonight? It was a good segment. We'll let that run for the night. We'll run up to 40,000. See if it does before it comes back down, or take me out at break even. Good chart time. This is good charting time tonight on this Nikkei. It was buying up. We got to study it. We got to save some accounts from taking shorts on a bullish run. We'll look at, actually I want to get out of this because we're going to look at, I think it's going to reverse at that maybe the 10 o'clock candle. When that opens up, I think it's going to reverse. I'm at break even, so it really doesn't matter. A little bit below break even. But good segment tonight. This is charting time. We get to look at the charts, examine how things happen. Remember, there's different environments that are created. It's not always like you'll be adjusted to coming here on a nightly basis. I'm always going to take the 8 o'clock candle. I'm always going to take the reversal, but the conditions may change. Like the conditions that we've been in so far in this, taking these 8 o'clock candles, this break of structure changes the waters that you're in. And so I wouldn't necessarily, just, you got to really study these and know the different kind of environment so you don't get yourself in trouble. All right. I would look at how this closes. It's getting ready to close now. We're getting ready to end, but this next candle is going to close. It's going to run down a little bit. Then it should turn bullish a bit. But just going back and studying these, if you look at the peaks that it makes, it's a very bullish run. And then we start retesting the highs, and then we fall. All right, bullish run, and then we fall. All right, you just look at these bullish runs, then we test the highs, and then we run. But those candles don't open up. This is a 9 o'clock candle, 10 o'clock, and then 11 o'clock tests that, and then it runs down. Oh, I'm on the 4 hour. Excuse me. That was a morning. But same thing here. Up, down. All right. So we had this big bullish candle that came up. That next candle turned bullish or bearish. All right. Let's look at that. So next candle's opening up now. All right. So this next candle should or has a possibility of being bearish. All right. So something to look at. Good charting sessions tonight. Get that charting time in. Pray this was well for you. And as you study this more, the more proficient you're going to get on these charting sessions. Great questions tonight. Study and see what this does. you want to learn all of the different type of conditions that possibly could be in here. But good charting session. And yeah, we'll do it. We're going to be back on the charts tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Join us for our morning segment. And then I will be back on Thursday night, and we'll take a look at it. But good job tonight, everybody. Glad to that everybody showed up, and we will see you in the morning. Looks bullish, by the way, but see you in the morning. 40,000. I'm calling it 40,000 tonight, but we'll see. All right, everybody. Have a good night.